Hello YouTube friends and coffee lovers. How do I start this? Hey guys, back again with another YouTube video here. Today I want to show you guys how to make one of my favorite, and if you've noticed, it is nice outside. It's now, and we are just heading into summer. We're out at the beach here today with the kids, having an awesome time. And if you're like me, you love coffee a lot. You have it multiple times throughout the day. In the winter, it's super easy to have a nice hot brew anytime throughout the day. But in the summer, when you get to a day like today, it is not enjoyable to have a hot coffee anymore. So one of the things I love to do is make iced coffee. Often iced coffee can be diluted and not quite rich enough for us coffee lovers. So I want to teach you guys today to make one of my favorite iced coffee recipes. It is super refreshing and it keeps you caffeinated all summer long. But first, I'm not quite ready for summer. Just give me a second. I'm still stuck in like spring mode. So just give me one quick second. All right, let's do this. Let's go make some iced coffee. Alright guys, time to make iced coffee. There's a few things you're going to need. Our Hario V60, you could use this or you could use any pour over system, Kalita Wave or a good old fashioned Melita. You can even use your home power auto dripper. I'll tell you a little bit about that in a while, but this is what I'm going to use to make it today, the Hario V60. You're also going to need a glass canister to brew that into, and it needs to be sort of big, kind of hard to see, it's see-through. You're going to need one of these guys to hold your ice and hold the iced coffee in. The other thing you're going to need, well, need is a strong word, but it's very useful to have, is a gooseneck kettle. You could use a regular old kettle, but this guy just helps you get the water in the exact right spot that you need. The other thing you're going to need is some coffee, of course. Today I'm using Be Still Cody, and this is an Ethiopian. Ethiopians, Kenyas, those kind of bright, juicy coffees make awesome iced coffee because it's going to bring out those bright, kind of floral, citrusy berry tones. The other thing you're going to need is a digital scale. This is a really fancy digital scale. You don't need one of those. You can just go down to your Superstore or Walmart and grab a digital scale. This one's made specifically for coffee. You don't need it. You do need one that's going to give you some accurate measurements so you can make perfect iced coffee. All right, first thing, put your scale down. Let's measure out some coffee. Today we're going to make a half a liter of iced coffee. That's enough to share between two people, I find. So the amount of coffee that we're going to use for that is 30 grams of coffee. So we're going to use 30 grams of this Ethiopian coffee. We're just going to weigh that out. 30.5 on the dot. Nice. And we are going to grind that kind of a medium coarse grind, and it's really helpful if you have a nice burr grinder for that. You're going to get nice precise grind. All right, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take your vessel and your V60. We're going to rinse the paper filter. The reason being is that these paper filters tend to have a lot of papery taste, a lot of dust. So we're just going to pour hot water through this guy just to get rid of that, and we're going to dump the water out after we're done pouring. All right, next up, this is the tricky part. We're not going to go ahead and brew coffee, then add ice to it later. We're actually going to brew the coffee right on top of the ice. So get rid of this guy just for now and tear out your scale. Tear out your scale so it equals 0. And you're going to grab some ice. And this is really important. We're going to take half of what we normally would have brewed with water, which if you remember I said was half a liter, so 500 mils. And we're going to put 250 mils of ice cubes in our little carafe here. And then we're only going to brew with the other half of the water. So 250 in ice and 250 in boiling hot water. So the way you do that on your scale, a gram is about the same as a milliliter. There's going to be some science person out there who wants to prove me wrong, but generally speaking, they're about just the same. So take your carafe and fill it with 250 grams of ice cubes. 250 right on the dot. We've got our carafe full of ice cubes, 250 grams full of ice cubes. Then you're gonna take your V60 pour over filter with the rinsed paper filter, pop that sucker back on top, and then we are gonna add our coffee. Now you wanna flatten that bed out. With any time you're doing pour over, just make sure you got a nice flat bed as you start. And again, we have a kind of a medium, fine, medium, right in the middle grind. And we are gonna start to pour. We're gonna start with what we call the bloom. So that's just a touch of water, about 50 grams, 50 mils of water. Remember I said they're about the same. And you're just gonna let that start to pour through the coffee. And if it's really fresh coffee, it kind of takes a couple seconds to just degas. And so that's the first thing you do when brewing your iced coffee. And you're gonna kind of freak out because the hot coffee is now melting the ice. You're gonna go, it's not gonna be iced coffee at the end. What is this? You're gonna make me some sort of room temperature nasty coffee. But just trust me, follow the process, go the whole way through. We're gonna have some delicious iced brew. So give that bloom about 30 seconds and then start pouring the rest of the hot water. Remember, for this brew, we're only going to 250. And you wanna pour sort of slow with this one, especially a little bit slower than you normally would, because we're trying to really concentrate this coffee. You see, we're brewing with the full strength of coffee that we would for 500 mils of water, but we're only using half of the water because the other half is in the ice and it post dilutes. There's a technical term for you. So only pour, boom, 250. Now, like I said, you could do this in your home auto drip machine as well. And all you do is the exact same thing. So you figure out how much you want to brew in the end. So say we're gonna do a ½ liter again. You're gonna put 250 grams of ice into the carafe that you brew in. So that might be like a glass pot, or I have one that has a stainless steel thermo carafe. Put 250 grams of ice in there. And then in the top reservoir of water, only put 250 mils of water. Don't put your normal 500 mils. Then you're gonna take the 30 grams of coffee, put it in your basket, and set it to brew. If your coffee brewer has a way to kind of control the flow of the water, put it on the slowest control setting. So you want the water to go through the coffee a fair bit slower than you normally would. And what you'll end up with at home on your auto dripper is delicious, delicious iced coffee. All right, we're done. The coffee has basically come through this V60 filter. And you can see here, we have delicious iced brew to share with somebody. That's more than I can consume. Super easy, and it's gonna keep you caffeinated all summer. If you guys have any questions, shoot me up in the comment section. Make sure you share this video, subscribe. I'm having a lot of fun and I wanna keep these videos coming. Thanks so much, enjoy your iced coffee.
What? It's not the actual ice bucket. It's not the ice bucket challenge? Oh, iced coffee. Oh, don't worry, I got some of that too.